Alright, so we're ready to go then?
I haven't read them still, but...
Really? Oh, hello, and welcome to Al Dente Rigamortis. I'm Review Cultist.
I'm Dr. Leviathan.
And I'm Mikey. The E stands for evil.
And we're here to discuss those internet stories most creepy and most pasta. Tonight we have, for a MiniPasta mashup, preservers and the clicking sound coming from our new cat.
Can you tell which one came from Reddit?
Da, 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 da. For those of you not in the know, creepypastas are short internet stories that get copied and pasted across the internet on forums or Reddits or NoSleeps. Go Google it. We'll start with the preservers first, which is on creepypasta.wiki, and it's by GreyOwl.
I thought that one was Reddit. Based on the titles.
I know, because Reddit NoSleep has so many titles that are just so succinct. Nothing against Reddit NoSleep writers. At least from the cultist.
Well, no, the Reddit just doesn't allow good titling.
Well, they have a min title length, so that sort of makes they have to have a really long title.
Yeah. Neither of these seem really related. It's just they're two mini pastas that were on the list, and I decided to combine for a show. Because they're too small to really do one for a show, because it would be 19 minutes maybe, max. And that would be pushing it. But anyways, we'll dive into the preserver. So, the narrator has noticed these people on the street that bump into other people, but when someone confronts them with a glance, they seem to make them forget they exist. They decide to investigate further by following one. This one is a man who just bumps into people almost like an asshole and just ignores it and just keeps walking. And eventually this man goes into an alleyway where he thinks no one's looking, but the narrator's spying on him, and he sees the man spaz out and change into a woman, and then proceeds to follow her as before. She goes into a building and confronts the narrator, or goes into a building, and the narrator also goes into the building, but it's kind of like a trap kind of thing, or she knew all along that they were being followed. And they find out about this plot to maintain human lifespans to shorter than they should be, so as to preserve the planet. The woman causes the narrator to black out by touching his cheek, or touching their cheek. And when they wake up, they're all alone in the building, and they have wrinkles on their face, so they're aged. I'm guessing is what that's supposed to insinuate.
A wrinkle.
Yeah, they have a wrinkle. Yeah, where they were touched. Yeah, and that's kind of that's the ending. That's where it ends off. It's I have a wrinkle.
Yeah,
and that's it. So my thoughts are a little bit longer than the other one for this one. I'm not sure if this is a nitpick, but I'm going to say it anyway. So, but sometimes they stand there before you, staring deeply within your eyes. So when I first read that, I was like, so wait, he's staring inside your eye out? I just don't know if is within I'm gonna be a stupid person here right now.
It's a mistake.
Okay, it is a mistake?
It should be deep into your eyes.
Okay, yeah, not within. Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, because, it was just
straight into your brain.
Right? Yeah. Within your soul. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so that was the first thing that kind of caught me. The narrator... wait, hang on a second. Oh, so these preservers can cause you to forget about them. So why didn't the one in the story do so to the narrator at the end of the story? She had him totally under control, and she just made him a bit older, as kind of what I got from the wrinkle. She just made, and then caused him to black out. But he still remembers, and I realize that, that's, we need that for the story.
Yeah.
But, there's a plot to control humanity that this guy knows about now, and the preservers just leave him with that? That's a terrible idea as somebody who's trying to keep a conspiracy going, because people rebel when they find out about shit like that. I know, again, I know it's about this, we need that for the story to explain it, but, explain why he remembers. Maybe it's a fluke or something like that.
The problem isn't why they didn't erase his memory, it's how did he... Because the Preserver did everything the same as to everyone else.
Yeah.
So why did he remember?
Exactly, yeah.
That it's a plot hole.
Yeah.
It's a gaping plot hole.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no attempt to explain it.
Exactly,
at all.
yeah.
And that's big.
Yeah. We get a hint of the aging thing, with the wrinkle, which is what I assumed from that. But I think, there should be more of, to it. Have him wake up and be very old physically. Then if he remembers, because of some fluke or something like that, the Preservers think he's no longer a threat because he's not long for this world, because he's aged so much. And then, that's why he, tries to get the word out by, that typing up the story, and that's why he was able to type up the story. It just, by the end of the story, I was left with a lot of questions and plot holes, and it just kind of ends where it's kind of getting good. Or that's what it felt like to me. The ending of the story was just they just ended it for the end.
See, what could have been kind of cool would have been he's, okay, the events happen and, he still remembers, but now they're, targeting him.
Yeah.
No matter how much he tries to avoid knocking into people on the streets and in the subway and shit.
He can't help it.
It just keeps happening to him. And, it's been, I don't know, a fucking month since the original encounter, and he's now, 40 years older than he was.
Exactly, yeah.
That would have been a great solve. It's okay, well, you can't just kill him, but you can... Yeah. I don't know, it would have been...
if it had been prolonged a little bit more,
would have brought up its own questions, but it would have...
helped alleviate the plot holes.
Story.
Exactly, yeah. And that's the thing, by the end I kind of felt he wakes up with the wrinkle and, again, presumed to be older, and then it just stops. And then, there's more to the story right now, because he's a fluke in their plans. So, yeah.
Well, exactly.
But it's
and
not
by
explained
prolonging
really.
the story better, it would have been, I don't know why I remember them, just you could have had that extra, acknowledgement of the question.
Exactly.
Of, I don't know why I remember, but they seem to have figured out that I remember.
And now they're
targeting me, and
I'm constantly getting bumped on the street. And
I try and stay in every time, or whenever I can, but I have to leave the house eventually, and every time I do, I get bumped 17 times, or...
Yeah.
It would have also heightened the conspiracy tension.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Yeah, because right now he's delving into this investigation of this, and then he finds this revelation, but there's more to it than that. We need the story definitely would have helped with a little bit longer elaboration on what's going on.
A far longer.
Yeah. But that's really all I've got for it. So, Mikey.
I had the same issue with the ending just being a wrinkle, specifically where he was touched.
Yeah.
Which makes the whole bumping, it's bumping into people. Wrinkly arms everywhere.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Because that's where you're
if you take it on its face value, it's just there's wrinkles just random people. Maybe it's a conspiracy against wrinkles in weird places.
And then the whole lack of people in the building.
Yeah.
Nobody's in the lobby, and then suddenly
what
they're
kind
together.
Of building is it?
Yeah. I almost envisioned a warehouse, to be honest, because it was just so empty.
Is it a shop? Is it a... it's obviously got to be some place where two people can, in relatively quick succession, walk into without it being weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's somehow empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not one of the powers that has been given to us, by the Preservers, so we have that's not a power they have, as far as we can tell. It's just they make...
Again, what would have been cool is, it's like a Preserver safe house.
Yeah.
It's where they go to...
There's multiples, yeah.
On their lunch break.
Yeah.
Or whatever, right? And it's just a store, coffee shop, where... no one else remembers, because if a normal person walks in, they just touch them and they forget.
And then they go
leave.
away. Yeah.
That would have dealt with that problem.
But, yeah, it's just, it's an empty building of ambiguity.
Blankety-blank.
Of ambiguity, yeah.
Yeah. So, that was my major things. and like having like his hair turning white or something.
Yeah.
Other than the wrinkle,
wrinkle.
because the wrinkle just seems weak.
Yeah, it really does. Like it's like I felt a weird bump or something like that on my cheek. It was a wrinkle.
Yeah, it could have been. It really should have been some
Like-
grain hair.
Yeah, or like he should have it should have been elaborated. It's like, and I realized I had aged like much more than I was. Like, yeah, because again, like that's what you insinuate, or at least what I insinuated when I heard that stuff, and what I got from what the preservers do.
Yeah.
But it just seems like, yeah, the wrinkle doesn't do enough. Doesn't do that justice.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
it's not a good enough revelation for the end of the story.
No, it really isn't.
And it really just feels like, yeah, like you need to expand like a lot more in the story to keep it going.
Well, it seems like the author just wanted to end it.
End it, yep.
Or they really don't like wrinkles and thought it was a huge revelation.
That's
One
fair.
of the two.
Yeah.
And that's all I have for Preservers.
Oh, well, okay. You left me alone. For such a short story. First off, what the fuck are preservers doing? Like, why is the prolonged lifespan for humanity such a damn thing?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like it's like everything else in this story. It's not
Yeah, because
explained well enough. Like, if you're gonna have your evil mastermind go into a monologue, make it a full-on evil
and like
mastermind
explain
monologue.
the process. Yeah.
Exactly. Explain why they're doing what they're doing. What, like, not just like, oh yeah, we make you guys live shorter.
Yeah, because if you guys
Because
stayed
reasons.
longer, you would destroy the planet. Well, that doesn't also help, because we're still breeding like mad on
Yeah.
this planet. So, like, it's kind of evening out.
Well, exactly.
And it would be, like,
And
yeah.
there's just it's like your plan is half-cocked at best, and it's poorly explained, and really the running theme on this story that I got was it's such a fraction story.
Yeah.
It's just it's not fully realized in any way. Like, every idea is like a half thought as opposed to, writing the whole damn story. And, well, it's not fair to the reader.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not fair to the writer because you didn't get your story yet.
Yeah, like, there's, like, if this is all you wanted to get out, like, you have potential here. Like, there's definitely more room to, like, expand on, like, and, like, room to improve on this story to make it longer and make it more of conspiracy than just, yeah, we make people, like, live shorter because you're actually supposed to live longer than the normal human age. And we're the reason why people age and die.
Yeah.
Is kind of what I got from this, is that they're kind of like a weird, like, organization of Grim Reapers or something like that, or, like, they just shorten our lifespan.
I assumed it was an alien plot,
Yeah.
but that's where I had to go, alien, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's sleep records. At all.
He was asleep the whole time.
But yeah, it's just that's probably my biggest grievance with this story is that it's rushed through.
Yeah.
This is like a plot outline for a much longer and far better story.
Yeah.
Because like I like the idea. But the execution is just rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even that the execution is poor, it's just rushed.
Yeah. Like, the author starts with the whole concept of bumping into someone you know.
Yeah.
And then
already
immediately
think
just
you know.
fucking drops it.
And then drops it, and then all of a sudden it's just bumping into people, like,
Yeah.
shoulder-to-shoulder type thing as
Yeah.
they walk down the street.
Because these people are just like, and like the general populace just thinks they're a bunch of assholes, just bumping into each other. Just, it's like a gauntlet.
Yeah. Which entirely disregards the whole, oh,
I know you.
Don't
Yeah.
I know you? And then,
No, you
no.
yeah. These aren't the people you're looking for.
Well, and this is definitely an extrapolation that I made, is that because, they periodically change their form, eventually they're going to take on characteristics of someone that someone sees them,
Yeah.
recognize, like,
That's that's actually
he's
what I got.
6'2" and he's got dark hair and blah blah blah. He looks like my homie. Hey, oh
No, you're not. Sorry. That's another like thing that actually just happens in real life. Is just you think you see somebody that you know based off the description. Then when you turn them around, oh, sorry, you're a man. Beverly Hills Cop or Beverly Hills Ninja. When it's like Samantha. It's like turns around, it's actually a dude with like long blonde hair. It's like, oh, you are not the person I'm looking for. Anyways,
but everything just I don't know. It's and because of that,
it's
the
rushed.
story suffers so much.
Yeah, it's rushed. It feels kind of like part of a story, not a complete story.
Yeah, like the actual story that's hiding in here
Is good.
would be great for a single episode.
Yeah.
This story actually reminded me of a project in high school that we once did, where you write a paragraph of a story, pass it off to someone, and they write another paragraph, and then they pass it off to someone else, and then eventually at the end you get the original beginning story back, and then there you go. Like, there's your story, and you make it a little more fluid.
Yeah.
Which goes with the bumping at the beginning, and then it switches to actually bumping into people, and then
It becomes
they
a
didn't know
conspiracy.
how to finish it off and all that.
Yeah,
But-
and then you get that one person that like is a conspiracy nut, so they throw that in.
yeah.
When originally it was just like, oh hey, it was like just like a weird like situational comedy kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I do recall those, but yeah, it kind of feels like kind of destroying, like where it kind of goes with like starts off something one way and then kind of ends a completely different way. Mm-hmm. And we're just not at the point where we're at the point where like they should go in and like like make it smoother and make it a little like elaborate a little more on certain things, but it's just that's what we have for the story now. So, so I guess. Is that it for everybody then?
Yeah. Because basically I summed up a bunch of my gripes with the one.
Yeah. Then I guess recommendation-wise, like, yeah, I really can't recommend this one as it is, because it's too fractured and incomplete as far as I can tell, or as far as I'm, like, concerned. So, and, like, there's a cool idea in it, but as it is, I wanted more.
Yeah, I really want to recommend it, but I just can't.
Yeah.
For all of the reasons stated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not recommending it either. And the biggest thing for me was the ending, or sort of lack of...
The wrinkle. Like, it was just a single wrinkle was the problem.
Yeah.
It was the other issue. It was just,
Yeah.
Now, if you do want to check this one still out, it's on... there's actually a read of it by Mr. Creepypasta on YouTube. And then, unfortunately, there are no readers on YouTube for the cat clicking one that we're about to do now, which is kind of sad because I kind of like this one. Maybe it's because I read this one and then read this one right after I read the Preservers. But we'll dive into this one. So yeah, the clicking sound coming from our cat by MilkyTheSquid on Reddit, NoSleep. So our narrator, who's from Maine, loses they lose the family cat of several years. The household's pretty sad about it, especially the mom. However, they find a kitten on the local bay shore and take it home. At first, all is good, except the cat has this weird clicking sound it makes, particularly while sleeping, and it's apparently weirder than the normal sounds that cats make. Weirder still, as it goes, the cat has a very nasty smell to it, and it moves in a really strange way sometimes, like a scuttling that you never see a cat do. The mother, in love with this new pet, ignores the narrator's concerns and has them just give the cat a bath. It's here we find out the cat is unhealthily bony, and the narrator gets scratched by it while bathing it. But the scent doesn't go away no matter how much shampoo they use. Family decides to take it to the vet after the smell gets particularly nasty. And on the morning of the vet trip, the narrator discovers their mother is mourning on the couch in the living room, and the cat is dead on the floor, with a deflated look to it and bloody claw prints leaving the body, which is also like ripped open, almost eviscerated. Like those, and the prints are almost like those of a lobster or a crab. When they try to comfort the mom, she reveals that she's not sad for the cat so much as she's freaking out about the dad, who that we see is whose body's on the floor in the kitchen, and the claw prints go to the kitchen where the dad is. As the narrator approaches, the dad opens their mouth, and some clicking sound comes from the dad now. So that's where that one ends. So my thoughts for this one, like I said, I kind of liked this one a lot more. There are some problems with it, but, and I'm sure you guys will find some things that I don't include, because I'm probably not going to include a whole lot. Yeah, I went into the story not expecting a whole lot, and even kind of got some, like, disturbing or creepy flashbacks to one of my own cats passing, because one of our cats died of worms, and we found it one morning, like with the worms coming out and stuff. Not very pleasant. The local vet OCP or animal shelter that we got it from didn't deworm that batch of kittens when we got that one, and so yeah. But a week or two after we got the cat, that's what happened. Yeah. So it was kind of bringing up those kind of memories again, and I was like, ugh, this is kind of, oh shit. Like, I was seeing where that was going for the story. And then in the ending, kind of just really made the story for me, was that it's this lobster creature, or this insectile creature that's been, like, living inside this cat, and then it just assumed a new host by killing the dad and trying to take it over. Yeah, I just loved that idea. Really, the other issue, like, plot-wise for me in the story, is that how the hell do you know it's a lobster or crab claws, or claw prints? Because they're just little dots. Like, they'd just be little, like, pinprints on the carpet, or on the floor. Yeah, I mean, yeah, aside from that, do I have anything else on this one? No. Yeah, aside from that, for me anyway, the story, I was not expecting the story to be very interesting or good. Kind of saw where it was going for most of it, but I liked the ending. Like the ending, like, kind of just like the revelation of what it is. Yeah, so, but I'm sure you guys have more options, or at least I hope so. So, Mikey, how about you go first?
Well, second sentence was a run-on sentence, and I will read it for you. I grew up in a quaint little town in Maine that was stunningly beautiful. Crashing waves and endless moody skies and plenty of grassy places to bound about and climb trees, as both children and their outdoor cats do.
Yeah, that really should have been cut in half.
Or in 3, or
yeah,
just not a run-on sentence. Because the easiest way to tell if it's a run-on sentence is if you use and or but or any of those conjoining ones more than once.
Yeah.
So once I read that, I was like, oh boy, the rest of this isn't going to be that fun to read. But it was sort of interesting with the whole crab or lobster or whatever it was.
The insectile parasite thing.
Yeah, and that sort of explains how he was able to wash the cat.
Yeah, because
cats don't like...
Okay, yeah, sorry. Just quick interject. That was another thing I had a problem with this one. He doesn't know, like it almost seemed like the guy writing it didn't really know what a cat looks like. Because, like, one part of the scene that I didn't include in my notes was when he sees the cat, like when he's talking to his parents about, like, the cat being, like, something wrong with it, and they're talking about going to the vet. When he leaves his parents' bedroom that night to go, like, to his bedroom, he sees the cat staring at him with its bulbous eyes. And I was like, cats don't have black bulbous eyes. And I mean, like, again, it's weird skittering, and, like, the clicking sound really should hint that there is something else inside this cat. But...
Well, they did try to explain the skittering as a disease or whatever, where the cat just doesn't have balance, so it just sort of walks in a drunken-like state.
Yeah.
Which I actually looked it up, and I was like, okay, that actually makes sense. And the next issue I have was with tents.
Oh, God.
And here is my example. Pip, as my mom had been referring to him in the next few days.
What?
Yeah, so he's referring to the cat, like, had been being past tense, and next few days being future tense. In the same sentence is not good.
No.
So, those were the major ones that really drive home the message that you need to reread what you write
Yeah.
and get someone else to look over it.
So you don't just mentally, like, check off things that you...
Yeah. And that's pretty much all I've got on this.
Alright.
Alright, well, I'm going to open up with... It bothers me. So this is, like, midway through the story of the cat getting worse. It's when he's talking about the smell.
Yeah.
On top of that, he was clicking more often. The putrid stink of his litter box seemed to hang on him at all times. And litter boxes should not smell putrid.
No.
And if they do smell, change the motherfucking litter.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, that's unacceptable.
If the aroma's coming off of the litter box more powerful than the actual smell of the sand that's in there, there's a problem.
Yeah, and so much.
Yeah. Nobody's cleaning the litter box. That's the
main problem.
Well, and it's motherfucking putrid?
Yeah.
Wrong word. So, yeah, that's, like I said, it's a nitpick. And other than that, my main real problem with this story is that the twist...
You kind of see coming.
It's a mile away, just highly visible, fucking neon lights pointing, like, psst, there's some sort of chitinous thing inside the cat and it's gonna come out. The fact that it was changing hosts, that was, I was totally expecting father dead, and, like, just the mom's reaction.
Just sitting there, like, crying on the couch, like, why is anybody called the cop?
Or, an ambulance, or, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's, like, maybe she's in shock, but just...
Yeah. I mean, her reaction's not too bad. Like, it's in the realm of possibility with the shock thing, but yeah, it is kind of a plot hole. It's like, why she's reacting way different.
She's in shock, or hint at it at the very least, but no, she's just, in tears.
Yeah. Like, it was enough that, like, he just thought she was crying over the dead cat, and not, that's not why I'm crying, over there. And it's like, well, call the ambulance, goddammit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, something is wrong here, like, or at the very least, take a fucking hospital, like, yeah, and I mean, there's no entry wound, I guess we'll call it.
Yeah.
Like, he's just fine, but, something roughly the size of a small kitten has gotten inside of him, theoretically, by making its own hole.
Well, I mean, it could also have gone into his mouth, but because we don't know. That's the other thing about this. We don't know what exactly it looks like, so it might be like a lobster-y kind of thing, so it's narrower. But
and that's also my problem is that it's kind of like the Preservers, where just when shit's getting interesting,
the
story is over, and I don't know. The ending was bland, dry for me, just because, like, the story's not over. Like,
your dad is now one of these things.
There's some sort of parasitic organism inhabiting your father. Like, the story, like...
Just jumped the food chain a bit.
Well, the consequences have been up, and that's not where you end. Like, if anything, this is where, the story ramps up, like... Also,
where there's one parasite, there's usually more. You usually have an infestation. At least that's what I'd go to. I'd have it be like a micro-apocalypse of this town that these people live in.
And honestly, I was really expecting to be like a hermit crab.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
That was where my mind was going, like, the whole time, so... But... Yeah, just, there's not really anything great about it. I mean, it's a poorly hidden twist, and the fact that, when he bathes the cat, he's all like, oh, it wasn't a bite like I'd expected, it was a straight cut.
Oh.
Which, cats don't instinctively bite more often.
Yeah,
they scratch.
Yeah.
Which tends to leave a straight cut.
Has this person never... Yeah.
Like, it's just... Yeah. And again, that was just like... I don't know, the fourth clue too many as to... Yeah, it's a fucking crap.
Yeah.
And just, yeah. I just I didn't care for that. I didn't... At the end of this, unlike the Preservers, I didn't want to like it. I was just like, I want it to be, I want the whole story, but I don't want to like it. And I don't.
Fair. Like I said, I didn't really expect much of this one until the ending came up, and I kind of liked the ending, so... So, is that it then?
Yeah, that's really it for...
Alright.
So, even though you didn't think there was a theme, in my mind, there was a theme story.
Oh, and what was that, Doc?
They were unfinished.
Yes. As is a problem with MiniPastas. So yeah, I guess for recommendations for this one... like I said, I didn't expect a whole lot, and it is disturbing at the during the middle section, because you kind of see what's going on is that the cat's dead and something's possessing it or puppeting it, and then the ending I really enjoyed, just personally. So for a horror theme thing, so I'd recommend this one tentatively. If you have 2 minutes to read something, because it's only barely 2 pages long, and. Honestly, the ending, for me, I was actually kind of fine with this one just ending there. I don't know why but it was just it felt yeah, okay, that's a good ending, a revelation to end on. Is that the cat is it's been transferred from the cat to a human. But it could go longer. I can see where you get that. So yeah, I'd recommend this one just if you're like-minded like me, check it out. So, Mikey?
Well, the writing, as we've established, wasn't the greatest. The story was kind of interesting, but it does sort of fall flat, being a short one that doesn't get the chance to
spread its wings a bit.
Whatever. Yeah, so I'm not recommending this.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't. And
alright, fair enough.
The writing is not good. A lot of run sentence, and poor wording choices, and just a twist that's hidden fucking parchment.
Buried in its clues.
It's just, I can't end it. And again, for me, the story's just getting interesting, but it's over.
Yeah.
As opposed to keeping going, resolving. And I mean, I understand that's what they were trying to do, but I don't know. Because the stakes were so low in the beginning, and now the stakes have risen, and it's over. If it had have killed the dad,
I think
this would have been
killed the dad, because it was just Milky.
Yes, but it inhabited.
Okay,
yeah.
If
it had have just killed the dad and then gone out the doggy door, or whatever, I would have been far more satisfied with this ending. But the fact that now it's in your dad, that's not you've got to do something about that.
I don't disagree.
If it had disappeared off into the wilderness, that would have been, in my opinion, a better ending. Mm-hmm. Because it would have been over. Whereas the story's not over; it's just getting good. Because now it's it's in your dad. It's outgrown the kitten. It's gonna get bigger hose. Blah blah blah. All of these things that shit, man. Your story just got interesting.
Yeah.
Whereas it bursts out of the cat, kills the dad, and fucking escapes off into the outdoors.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Story's over because
you lost your dad and your cat.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that. I'd love to read that story as well. I don't know, and I don't know why. The ending for me was fine with the way it is. So, but that's just a personal preference for it.
Oh, exactly. That's why you're allowed to have it.
Yeah. Why I'm allowed to be wrong?
Well, no. You have an opinion. It's yours.
Okay. But I mean, overall, for both pastas, it seems to be no recommendations from Al Dente Rigor Mortis. So that was this week's episode. If you like what you heard, if you didn't, leave us a comment in the comment section below where this gets posted, whether it be on Kiwi6, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr. You can leave us a rating or review on iTunes. Every little bit helps. And you can leave us an email at aldenterigamortis@gmail.com. That's aldenterigamortis@gmail.com, where you can also leave us suggestions for other creepypastas you'd like us to discuss on the show. You can also check us out on Twitter at E stands for Evil, Dr. Leviathan, and Review Cultist. And you can check out the title cards for each episode at crazonstudios.tumblr.com, and If you'd like to support us, you can go to Patreon and go to Al Dente Rigor Mortis on Patreon and choose the tier of patronage you would like to back us at. So, until next time, I have been your host, Review Cultist.
I'm still Dr. Leviathan.
And I'm Mikey. The E stands for evil.
And this has been Al Dente Rigor Mortis. Sleep well.
I read them this morning. This morning. This morning. This morning.